When we were here last, we finished up and were able to move the navigation and the section side by side using a float property that allows block elements that normally would be stacked one on top of each other to flip up and float to the left or the right. All right, so the next thing we want to do is our footer. So let's go back to our Sublime text and we'll create a style for our footer. Whoops. Okay, on this one, let's do a minimum height on this too. Minimum height, and let's make this 75 pixels. And let's go ahead and give it a background color. And let's go back to our favorite tool. And let's give it a really light color for the bottom. All right, so maybe that. Hey, it looks good. Control C. I am not a UX developer, a person who knows anything about colors and everything, so I do the best I can, but things still look ugly. But at least you're learning, and you can use your own artistic skill to use better colors. All right, so let's go ahead and use that one. All right, and let's go ahead and see how everything looks. So we'll go ahead and do File, Save. Again, I'm not touching my HTML. All I'm doing is working on styles now because our structure is just fine. So we'll go back to the sandwich shop and I'll refresh. All right, so let's see how this thing turned out. And we'll go, whoa, this doesn't look like right. This is not really lining up the way it should. Well, all our other sections have borders on them, and this does not have a border. So all we have to do is put a border on either side of this, and everything will look just like it should. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and put a border, and excuse that. We just wanted the left and the right, so we'll do a border left of 1 pixel, and then we'll do a border right. Border right, and we'll make that 1 pixel also. Okay, we'll do File and Save, and we come back and take a look. This ugly thing on the bottom here, when we refresh it, sweet, it just tightens up nicely. So now it's all working where it should. All right, so let's go back and, oh, I didn't do all of it. Okay, 1 pixel, solid, black, and then 1 pixel, solid, black. Now let's do File and Save. And now let's refresh. Even nicer. It didn't quite look right to me, but I was going to press on anyway. All right, so then let's go back to here. And let's, what else do we have to do? So we have to add some content. So let's go to our header, and it has header on here, but that doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do is going to press enter, enter, and then inside our header, let's go ahead and do an H1 tag. See, I always forget. Okay, so I go in here, H1, and then tab. All right. And we'll do Trident Tennis Shop. All right, so do File and Save. And then we'll come back here and we'll refresh. And there it is. And we're going to go, whoa, what's that doing? It's a little bit ugly on there. So let's go ahead and fix this. Let's make this a little bit more attractive. So to do that, we have to go back into our CSS. And we're going to go ahead and here's our header. So we're going to go ahead now and do the H1 tag inside the header. So we'll do header H1. and then set that style. So by using both header and H1, it comes down and goes, okay, well, this is the header. This is how it is. This is a header H1. It takes the attributes from the header and then says, well, anytime there's an H1 inside the header, this is the styles I want to go ahead and use. So let's make it a little bit bigger. We'll do font size, and let's make it 60 pixels. And then let's move it down a little bit. We'll do margin, top, and let's make that about 4 pixels. All right, and the next thing we want to do is let's put a different font on there. We'll do font family, and then what font family should we use? Well, again, I can't remember everything, so what we'll do is we'll go to the internet and see if we can find some font families. Now, fonts are a problem because it all depends on what fonts people have on their computer. So I'm going to do web safe. Oh, there it is. Wonder how that got there. Web safe fonts. And W3 Schools is a good place to go. They're the people who know everything about CSS, keep track of the standards for us. And then we can go take a look and see what fonts might be working for us. This is a sandwich place, so we're going to make it a little bit of kind of fun. So as it loads slowly, keep going. Okay, well, there's my font right there. I like this is my favorite font. So we're going to use Comic Sans Cursive Sans Serif. And we'll do Control C, go back, and place that into our font family. All right, and I close that tag. And then to make it stand out from the page, let's go ahead and change the color of that font to white. We should use probably the red, green, blue, I can't be bothered. All right, so let's go ahead now and do a file, save all, since we've changed both our HTML. Okay, we've added this H1, and we've created our style for that. Okay, then we'll go over here and go back to our page and refresh. Woo! There you go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, and that's 8 minutes, so we're done again. So on to the next lesson.